Boycotting doesn't work. Boycotting doesn't work. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Update on updates around the globe. Breaking good news, guys. BDS is working. Puma. The pronouncing depends on where you come from and just the mood. And the mood right now is happy mood. Puma is dropping its sponsorship of Israel's national football team. I didn't even know that they had a football team, like seriously. The announcement comes after years of campaigns against the sports brand over its support for Israel's occupation of Palestine. The getting of Puma is part of the Palestinian-led BDS movement, an international campaign for boycotts, divestment, and sanctionings against Israel in order to isolate the country politically and economically. Now listen to this. Puma says the decision wasn't due to renewed consumer boycott. That's a lie from the pits of hell, guys. Following Israel's ongoing genocide in Gaza. But I know that you know that boycotts works, right, guys? Companies including Orange, Adidas, and Ben & Jerry have all ended a business partnership with Israel following similar actions. Puma is just one of the companies targeted by BDS campaigns. The question is, which one is next to fall? I've collected a few clips for you guys, people reacting to this news on TikTok. So make sure I watch this video up to the end and then we are going to talk. Let's get into it.
Big news for BDS today. Puma announced that it will not be renewing its contract with the Israel Football Association come 2024. So why is this a big deal? The decision came after years of pressure by the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, who have urged people around the world to boycott Puma for its sponsorship of the Israel Football Association, which has multiple teams based inside illegal settlements in the occupied West Bank. Puma has been a target of BDS since it signed its contract with the IFA in 2018. It joined a long list of international companies and corporations that activists say should be boycotted for profiting off of or doing business with Israel's apartheid state. Now, 5 years later, after a sustained global campaign, Puma seems to have come to the realization that maybe being in business with a state that's carrying out a genocide isn't the best for business. Now, Puma says that its decision to end its sponsorship of the IFA was made before Israel's latest onslaught on Gaza, and denies that it had anything to do with the BDS campaign. But those who pushed for the boycott are still celebrating this as a decisive win, saying that there's no doubt that the years-long boycott campaign played a role in the company's decision. Now, whether or not Puma's decision was directly motivated by the BDS campaign, one thing is certain. This decision comes at a critical time, especially as people around the world embark on boycotts as a form of protest against Israel's genocide in Gaza. It signals not only to other brands and companies that doing business with Israel isn't just bad for your public image, it also could be bad for your bottom line. And it also sends a signal to people around the world who have chosen to embark on a boycott of certain fast food and coffee chains that with time and persistence, boycotts work. So to the folks who, after at least 2 months of boycotts, are really craving those special holiday drinks, remember, Puma's boycott took 5 years to see a real success. So you might want to get comfortable at your local coffee shop because this could take a while.
Hey everybody, we're making a difference because Puma just canceled the shit Rael soccer team sponsorship. Can you believe it? Although it's been happening since 2020, they are no longer supporting the tourists, these shit Raelis. We're making a difference. All millions of us out there, keep screaming, let your voice be heard, and pay attention to the photos for the rest of this article.
Apartheid. And what I like to reiterate to people is that if things like BDS didn't work, there would not be such a concerted effort from multiple institutions to suppress BDS. And this is just such a boost of energy because not only should you just be withdrawing your funds from these places, these corporations off principle, like standing on business for real, you should see that your efforts actually have some impact. We recently saw billion-dollar losses from Starbucks, and now Puma has ended their sponsorship of Team Apartheid Israel. Keep it up.
To that one girl who stitched my boycotting video and was like, boycotting is performative activism. It's like the laziest thing to do. And you guys don't understand capitalism because all you're doing is just taking money from one corporation and putting it to another. So boycotting is actually the laziest thing to do. Puma dropped out of their sponsorship of the Israeli Football Association team. Do you guys understand that once Puma did that, there's almost no company that's going to go sponsor the Israeli Football Association, because guess what? They know that any company that's going to go sponsor them is going to get boycotted. Simple freaking comprehension doesn't make sense to people. And then once the Israeli Football Association doesn't have enough money to fund their freaking team, guess what happens to the team? They don't have one, because you need money to have a football team. Semantics. BDS works. Keep boycotting the companies that BDS requests us to boycott. It's not that many in comparison to the list I've seen. The other lists have hundreds of companies. The BDS literally chose what? 30 companies? Boycott them. Half of them you don't even have interactions with.
Hell yeah to every single person that boycotted Puma. One of the companies officially on the BDS list was Puma, and they were forced to drop the sponsorship of Israel's official football team. Bravo to everybody that participated. Continue boycotting until the company goes bankrupt, because we do not support companies that support genocide.
Okay, so let's talk about this, but first of all, let's clear the air on why almost everyone is boycotting Puma. So Puma is the main international sponsor of the Israel Football Association. The IFA has teams that operate in illegal Israel settlements, and Puma holds exclusive distribution deals with companies that operate from that same occupied land. So boycotting Puma means withholding all support from a brand, including not buying their product and following them on social media platforms and encouraging others to do the same. So by boycotting the sponsor of the IFA, it strips the league of its power, which in turn delegitimizes the occupation. Money talks, and if a brand starts losing money and it is clear why, they are forced to make changes when they are combined with other forms of pressure. The impact can be reaching. For example, in 2018, Adidas ended their sponsorship of the IFA. Due to global pressure, the BDS campaign has been boycotting Puma for years, and some people out there are still saying that boycotting does not work. Let's dive deeper into this. Puma's sponsorship of Israel's national football team will not be renewed, but the sportswear giant, its Israel branch, and the Israel Football Association, IFA, are disputing who terminated the agreement, why, and when. On Tuesday, Puma announced that they would be ending their sponsorship next year. The German manufacturer insisted the decision was taken at the end of 2022. The Palestinian-led boycott, divestment, and sanctions BDS have been calling for boycotts against Puma due to their sponsorship of Israel's national football team. BDS described the move as a win for its movement and claiming it had forced Puma to abandon its sponsorship of the Israel Football Association. But Puma said that their decision was unrelated to BDS protests. We don't care about that as long as the right thing is done at the right time. The Israeli FA, though, have claimed that they made the decision to end the agreement with Puma next year. We don't care. The Athletic has seen a document purporting to be an agreement between the Israeli FA and Puma. This document said the deal would run until the end of 2024, and that Israeli FA had the opinion to extend it for a further 2 years until the middle of 2026. The Athletic has also seen emails that are translated from Hebrew make people at the company who represent Puma and distribute their products in Israel aware of the IFA's decision not to extend the sponsorship beyond the last day of 2024. The emails with IFA branding are dated September 19th, more than 2 weeks before the Hamas attacks on Israel. Puma's position remains that it terminated sponsorship agreements with Israel and Serbia due to commercial reasons. Puma's distributor in Israel suggested otherwise. And with that information, guys, we've come to the end of this video, so make sure you subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell so that every time I upload such videos, you don't miss them out. Guys, please go ahead, leave your own thoughts in the comment section below, like which company is next on the list. Can you guess? Can you leave that in the comment section below? And I'll definitely see you in my next clip. Thank you so much for watching.